manfaatnya. Dan selama 9 tahun aku tinggal di Malaysia, aku ngerasa transportasi umum di sini memang terus berkembang. Jujur ya, ini salah satu hal yang bikin aku betah tinggal di Malaysia. Kalau kalian sendiri udah ada yang pernah cobain LRT Shah Alam, tulis pengalaman kalian di komen ya.
Di bagian bawah itu ada colokan listriknya gitu, bisa buat ngecas HP kayaknya ya. Di sini dingin juga karena full AC sampai berembun kacanya loh. Gerbongnya keretanya cukup panjang dan harganya pun murah. Semoga bermanfaat.
I mean, this is a world-class transportation system, y'all. It is absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's not crowded at all, and there's not a driver driving the train here, y'all. This thing is an MRT.
Seat is way more clean than I expected. You can do a laptop later as well. Here the charger is here. 그리고 여기 can hang something here. Like really it's quite wide as well. On time, 12 o'clock on time. 봐봐, Wi-Fi도 있어. I don't have a Wi-Fi but have a free Wi-Fi here.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera dan salam hormat buat semua penonton. Selamat datang kembali di MOSA GEMPAK, saluran yang membawakan kisah-kisah menarik, fakta unik dan perkembangan terkini dari Malaysia. Pada video kali ini, kita akan melihat bagaimana kemudahan MRT Malaysia yang moden, selesa dan canggih berjaya memukau hati ramai pelancong dari pelbagai negara. Jom kita saksikan mengapa sistem pengangkutan ini sering menjadi antara pengalaman terbaik bagi mereka yang berkunjung ke Malaysia.
Buat kamu yang belum tahu, ini dia kereta komuter yang ada di Kuala Lumpur. Ada yang unik dari kereta komuter yang ada di Malaysia ini. Jadi ada kursi yang kayak gini, sama kayak di kereta komuter yang ada di Jakarta, Jabodetabek. Tapi ada juga kursi yang bentuknya kayak kereta jarak jauh gini ya. Dan yang unik lagi adalah ada colokannya di hampir setiap gerbong. Tadi aku cek di bagian bawah itu ada colokan listriknya gitu, bisa buat ngecas HP kayaknya ya. Di sini dingin juga karena full AC sampai berembun kacanya loh. Gerbongnya keretanya cukup panjang dan harganya pun murah. Semoga bermanfaat.
MRT 3 baru. Very standard baru.
First time taking ETS in Malaysia, and it surprised me.
This one, no? People are going already.
This one? 9004, is it? 12 o'clock.
It's so exciting. Ours is an 8. 완전 깨끗해. 토일렛 클린해. 진짜 클린해. 코리아 트림. All people that I see here go ahead.
Where's the seat I bought?
Yeah. They suddenly reassign our seat to the end next to this one. Seat is way more clean than I expected. You can do a laptop later as well. Here the charger is here. 그리고 여기 can hang something here. Like really it's quite wide as well. On time, 12 o'clock on time. 봐봐, Wi-Fi도 있어. I don't have a Wi-Fi but have a free Wi-Fi here. There's a menu, rendang, mee goreng, bee hoon, keropok, and drinks. Papa, you wanna drink anything? I'm not hungry though. So I feel like really like a traveling overseas that kind of feeling. Last night we drove to Ipoh, right? It came more than 3 hours. This one only 2 hours. Yesterday we can drink in the cable as well. And hang your drinks, really go shoot. For the tank!
Yes, I am learning how to ride LRT, MRT, monorail, all that good stuff. Yeah, baby.
Do I go from here? That's the question. I think it's this way. Let's see if we're gonna get the right place at the right time.
That wasn't too bad. I'm kind of proud of myself. So, what is so good about these public transportation in Malaysia? That they're so great, they're so clean, they're so organized, it's so nice. I mean, and they save you time, they save you money, they're very convenient. If you haven't used public transportation, if you live in Malaysia, even if you're a foreigner like me, just touring, you should give it a shot. It's very easy, very convenient. Till next time, this was
Using the metro system in Kuala Lumpur is so easy. I'm going to talk you through it. First, Google Maps where you're going, and that's going to tell you which train you're getting. Then you go over to these machines, you can select English, then you click which colour line you're taking. Then it's going to come up with the different stops. We were going to KLCC, so we clicked that one. Then selected how many tickets we wanted. 2 ringgits each, which is like 36p. Then we press cash. You can only pay in coins or 1 or 5 ringgit notes. If you want to pay it by card, you have to go over to the kiosk. Once you've done that, you wait for your tokens to come out of the bottom. Then you go over to the turnstile and tap the token on top and it will let you through the barrier. Make sure you keep your token because you're going to need it later. To find your platform, you go over to the sign. The words in grey are stops it's already been to. Then it has an arrow for where you are, and the ones in black are the stops it's going to. These trains are so much nicer than the underground, and they even have women-only carriages, which is amazing. Then, once you got to your stop, you put in your token, it lets you through the barrier, and it's as easy as that.
I attempted to do the longest MRT ride in Malaysia, so you don't have to a 103.7 km journey consisting of 67 stations. After spending 30.5 billion ringgit to build, Putrajaya finally has an MRT line. So the MRT has 2 lines, the Kajang line and the Putrajaya line. So I first got on the Putrajaya line and it got me from Putrajaya Central to Kuasa Damansara. Wow, the MRT station looks so new, and by the way, it's free to take the MRT until end of the March. Oh wow, and actually the MRT is in yellow color because it's yellow line. There was a crowd on the MRT, maybe because it's free and everyone wants to smell the new MRT. So I just sat down on the floor because it's quite new and there was no seats for me. So I started at 1 p.m. something, 36 stations to go, guys. But what am I gonna do with this 1.5 hour time? I'm gonna watch Netflix. I'm watching Glory. The one episode is around 15 minutes already. So let's see how many episodes I can finish. Okay, finally reached Kajang stations. I wanted to go for a toilet break, but by the time I arrived, the other MRT going back to Putrajaya is here. So everyone was running. So now I'm back on the MRT going back to where I started Putrajaya. That's another 1.5 hour. I felt like I was in an endless loop inception. The MRT station lady voice was in my head like,
You are now arriving. Terima kasih kerana menaiki MRT.
So in total, it took me 1.5 hour and around 12 ringgit one way if it wasn't free to go through all the 67 stations over a 103.7 km distance. But if you drive, it will only take around half an hour without traffic jam. But hey, I finished 3 episodes of Netflix on the train.
Ramai pelancong kagum apabila menaiki MRT Malaysia buat kali pertama. Stesyennya bersih, berhawa dingin, mesra orang kurang upaya, dilengkapi papan tanda yang jelas serta menggunakan sistem pembayaran yang mudah. Train pula tiba dengan kerap dan perjalanan yang lancar menjadikan aktiviti melancong lebih cepat dan selesa. Tidak hairanlah ramai pelawat berkongsi pengalaman positif mereka di media sosial. Malah ada yang menganggap sistem MRT Malaysia setanding dengan rangkaian pengangkutan moden di bandar-bandar maju dunia.
Malaysia, I got to take the train today. Oh my God, I love this city. Oh my God, y'all, train is so sophisticated. It's so clean. It's so safe. It's not crowded. It's like, this is a world-class transportation system, y'all. It is absolutely beautiful. It's not crowded at all, and there's not a driver driving the train here, y'all. This thing is an MRT. I kind of messed up the line here, but everything's very organized. That's me messing up the organization getting on the train right now. But guys, we were underground for a little while, then we went on top, y'all. It is absolutely phenomenal. We got to see all the big buildings y'all got. We took this train all the way to Kajang from like the Child Kid area. I did not know y'all had so many big skyscrapers, multi-use developmental buildings here. The train goes like right in the mall. Like you can stop and be in the mall on the train. Like that's unheard of. I heard y'all have like a smart tunnel system here. Y'all, look, I am so impressed, Malaysia. And I took the train to get some satay. So Tune into the next video to see that.
Malaysia is opening a brand new LRT line this week, and I think this could be one of the country's most important rail projects in years. Not because it's big and expensive, but because it finally connects one of the biggest gaps in the Klang Valley. The Shah Alam line stretches 37.8 kilometers with 20 operating stations. The idea was first announced back in 2013. Construction then began in 2017, and along the way, it survived a change of government, a major budget review, COVID, years of testing, and almost a decade before welcoming its first passengers. The project was originally expected to cost more than 31 billion ringgit. After a major review, it was scaled back before key parts were later reinstated. Today, the total investment is close to 22 billion ringgit. So why spend that much? Because Western Klang Valley has always been different. Shah Alam and Klang aren't suburbs. They're one of Malaysia's biggest industrial and employment corridors. Thousands of factories, warehouses, universities, hospitals, and residential neighborhoods exist there. There are hundreds of thousands of people moving through this corridor every day. The problem is, most of them had to do it by car. Unlike KL and PJ, this part of the Klang Valley never had a proper rail backbone. This line changes that. For the first time, residents can connect directly into the wider rail network through Bandar Utama, the MRT, the Kelana Jaya line, and KTM. That doesn't just make commuting easier, it gives companies access to a larger workforce, makes it easier for students to reach universities, and it reduces transport costs for families. And over time, it encourages more homes, businesses, and investment around each station. Will everything work perfectly on day one? Probably not. Every new rail line has teething problems. Expect crowded trains, feeder buses that need adjusting, and operational hiccups as thousands of people begin using the system. That's normal. The real test isn't this week. It's whether getting to the station becomes as easy as riding the train. Because if the last mile works, this won't just be another LRT line. It will change how one of Malaysia's most important economic corridors lives, works, and grows for the decades to come.
Kok bisa ya pemerintahan Malaysia sebijak ini? 29 Juni kemarin, aku jadi salah satu orang Indonesia pertama yang cobain LRT Shah Alam. Dan yang bikin aku kaget, ternyata LRT ini digratiskan selama 1 bulan sampai 31 Juli nanti. Bayangin aja kalau setiap hari berangkat kerja naik LRT, terus selama sebulan gak perlu keluar ongkos transportasi. Kelihatan banget kan kalau kebijakan ini dibuat untuk ngebantu masyarakat. Pas aku naik, suasananya juga bersih dan nyaman. Meskipun ramai, semua orang tetap tertib dan menikmati perjalanan mereka. Menurut aku, kebijakan ini emang ngebantu banget buat masyarakat. Karena semua orang jadi punya kesempatan buat cobain jalur baru. Dan tentunya manfaatnya juga besar, bisa mengurangi macet saat peak hour. Yang bikin aku salut, pemerintahan Malaysia bukan cuma bangun LRT baru, tapi juga kasih kesempatan masyarakat buat ngerasain langsung manfaatnya. Dan selama 9 tahun aku tinggal di Malaysia, aku ngerasa transportasi umum di sini memang terus berkembang. Jujur ya, ini salah satu hal yang bikin aku betah tinggal di Malaysia. Kalau kalian sendiri udah ada yang pernah cobain LRT Shah Alam, tulis pengalaman kalian di komen ya.
Over the last 12 years, I've lived and worked in over 42 different countries. One thing I'll say about Malaysia is your metro system is by far the best in the world. In the UK, they have the London Underground. In Spain, they have the metro. In New York, they have the subway station. I've ridden them all. Honestly, the MRT and the LRT system in Malaysia is so much more efficient. It's cheaper, it's cleaner, the aircon's great, and it's the most efficient way to get around Malaysia if you're living here.
As a woman myself, I feel so safe riding the coaches alone. And in some trains here, they have women-only carriages, which I've never seen anywhere in the world. Now, I've been to the London Underground, and the coaches in Malaysia are so much more cleaner and nicer. I also feel that no one's going to pickpocket me in there.
Hey, that's absolutely fair.
Exactly.
The London Underground ones are disgusting. But honestly, if you're in Malaysia, you're waiting in traffic, your train on time every time. If I was you, wherever you pick where you live, make sure you're at the side of a train station.
Kemudahan moden seperti MRT bukan sekadar memudahkan perjalanan penduduk tempatan, malah turut memberikan pengalaman yang baik kepada para pelancong. Namun begitu, kemudahan yang hebat perlu disertai dengan sikap pengguna yang bertanggungjawab. Marilah kita bersama-sama menjaga kebersihan, mematuhi peraturan dan menghormati pengguna lain agar sistem pengangkutan ini terus menjadi kebanggaan negara. Jika anda pernah menaiki MRT Malaysia, kongsikan pengalaman anda di ruangan komen. Jangan lupa tekan like, subscribe dan aktifkan loceng notifikasi untuk lebih banyak video menarik daripada MOSA GEMPAK. Terima kasih kerana menonton. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.